Warning: this article contains spoilers for all of the second outing of S-Glow is a delight to watch. Loosely based on the real gorgeous Lots of Wrestling show from the 80s, the sequel was an ideal follow-up to the critically acclaimed first series. And while it hasn't reached the heights of the likes of Orange is the New Black or Stranger Things, it appears to have garnered a bit of a cult following, much like the characters themselves this season. The relationship between two leads, Ruth Wilder, played by Alison Brie, and Debbie Jean, Betty Gilpin, was the core of Season 1, but Season 2's center was less defined as more screen time was dedicated to other characters. But Ruth and Debbie's beef was far from over, and any progress made over the earlier episodes was well and truly destroyed when the wrestling match between the two got a little too real and Debbie broke Ruth's leg for real. Gilpin deserves a special nod for her performance this season. A poignant portrayal of a woman whose life is utterly broken following her marriage breakdown. And of course her sleazy cheating husband Mark, Rich Summers, is already in a new relationship with his secretary while she's left in their marital home with their baby. Ruth's character development this season reveals her layers of guilt for even considering that she could move on with her life after sleeping with Mark and destroying her best friend's marriage. Her desperation to appease Debbie at all costs impinges negatively on her own life, as she feels she doesn't even deserve to find love herself after what she did. The writers never depict Ruth as a villain despite her wrongdoing, nor do they paint Debbie as an angel. Nothing is black and white here. The show's nuanced treatment of right and wrong sees the central two characters presented as neither hero or villain. As always with this show, however, humor is kept at the forefront, but the more serious issues don't feel out of place amid the jokes. Despite its sadie setting, the topical Me Too movement is a major plot point this season. When Ruth refuses to sleep with a big shot network executive, their show is moved to a 2 a.m. slot where no one will see it. Women navigating spaces created by men is a constant struggle here. Debbie uses her higher status to get herself a better contract than the rest in the producer status, but she is not taken seriously by either Bash Howard, Chris Lowell, or Sam Sylvia, Mark Maron. Much like Sam's constant bullying of Ruth for simply taking initiative, his fear of being undermined stops Ruth from blossoming and using her talents, but he redeems himself in other ways by fully supporting her over the harassment. Even when Debbie cruelly berated her for not allowing herself to be taken advantage of, Sam's softer side does manage to make itself known now that he is a father and living with his teenage daughter Justine. Britt Barron, and his underlying feelings for Ruth provided a new perspective on his behavior. Glow deals with stereotypes in a clever way that actually highlights their effect on the individual, and one particular episode deals with Tam Dawson's, Kia Stevens, struggle with having her Stanford-educated son see his mother reduced to the degrading welfare queen character. In spite of the tougher moments, this is a show with real heart that has delivered a well-rounded world and characters that will see show well into its future seasons. Is currently streaming on